Good afternoon. This is the project Affordable Housing Price Analysis. The team members are Felix Yeung, Yingfei, and Yufan. We conducted this project under Professor Joyce Robbins for the course Exploratory Data Analysis and Visualization. So, why did we do this project? Affordable housing is a core basic need for families. It is often one of the most important financial decisions that a family could make. In the US, there are currently still 580,000 individuals without homes. Especially following the 2008 mortgage crisis, we felt that it was important for our society to better understand how the housing market has changed and the economic variables that play a part in these tectonic shifts. Thus, we decided to publish a report that educate and inform buyers, builders, and policymakers on our real estate market. For our project, this is the approach that we took. We started off with some key questions that we wanted to answer. So how housing prices have changed over time, how affordability has changed, and how these trends differ across the 50 states of the US. Next, we found data that could help us answer these questions from reputable sources such as Zillow, the Census Bureau, and the Department of Labor Statistics. We pulled key economic variables such as income, unemployment, prices, supply, etc. And with this data that we aggregated, we applied techniques and tooling such as RStudio and D3 taught by Professor Robbins to visualize the variables to help us find correlations and insights that could help us answer the proposed questions. To go into more specific detail about what we did, we started off with some correlation techniques to find relationships. So we applied techniques such as correlation matrices, parallel coordinates, etc. And we actually discovered that lower unemployment rate led to higher incomes in their neighborhoods and also drove higher real estate prices. Following this discovery, we also graphed these trends across time and geography. And we discovered that coastal states actually had the highest unemployment rate following 2008, but also had the sharpest rebound in unemployment rates, so a 5 to 7% improvement in the following decade. Next, we also discovered that the most expensive real estate markets, such as California, Hawaii, DC, continue to be the most expensive and actually continues to outpace in price growth. And lastly, we also looked at the home value to income ratio, so the affordability ratio, and we actually discovered that this ratio has improved across the US, except for the hottest markets in the Western territories, such as California, Colorado, and Utah. While conducting this project, we ran into a few key challenges. The first challenge is the transformation of data. All the collected data sets that we had were different formats, had different granularity. So it displayed months versus years. And it was generally not usable together. So a big part of our challenge was converting this into a format that is accessible by data scientists. So we converted data into the format where each observation was a row and each variable was a column. The second challenge we ran into was discovering relationships between these key economic variables. We are not econ majors, nor are we real estate agents. So this was a pretty tough task for us. So finding these relationships was a big part of the project. And lastly, because these variables trek through time and also trek through a large geographic area, a big part of this project too was to find the insights that ran along these two axes. And something that we were especially proud of was the D3 visualization that was taught by Professor Robbins. With this interactive component that you can see here on the right side, we were able to discover relationships and play around with visualizations so that it reviewed insights to us that would have otherwise been unknown if we just relied on static graphs. And in summary, I also want to talk about the potential benefits for this project. When we published this report, we wanted to help illuminate the real estate markets, which we felt was always very arcane and closely guarded. So with this report, we hope to help society, and especially the following parties, better understand the markets that they're participating in. For home buyers, we wanted to help them better understand their purchase, better understand their individual markets, and how the prices change, and how to actually plan a purchase for the future. For home builders, we want to help them better anticipate supply and demand areas so that they can build houses where it is most needed. And lastly, for our policymakers, we want to help them understand exactly what is going on so that they could develop better regulations that could tackle homelessness, income, unemployment, to lead to more affordable housing and better access for housing for all. Thank you for giving us time to present today. And also a special shout out to Professor Robbins for nominating our project.